hope you are doing well. In this video lecture, we will derive the equation for LMTD for parallel flow heat exchanger. First of all, what is parallel flow heat exchanger? So, heat exchanger means it is a device, okay, in which there is a transfer of heat between the hot fluid and cold fluid. It is called heat exchanger. And the flow direction of the cold fluid and hot fluid both are same. Then it is called parallel flow heat exchanger. Today we derive the equation for LMTD, logarithmic mean temperature difference for parallel flow heat exchanger. First of all, what is LMTD? LMTD means it is defined as the temperature difference which, if constant, would give the same rate of heat transfer as actually occurs under variable condition of temperature difference. Means whenever there is a transfer of heat between the two fluid, okay, at that time the temperature is not remain constant, it is continuously varying. Okay, it is called LMTD, logarithmic mean temperature difference. So whenever we derive the equation of LMTD for heat exchanger, at that time we are considering some assumptions. The first assumption is, here we are considering the overall heat transfer is constant. Okay, we have already discussed, okay, in the problem of conduction and convection, okay, we are considering overall heat transfer coefficient and it is denoted by U. It is throughout remain constant. The flow condition are steady. Here we are considering steady flow. Okay. Third one is the specific heat and mass flow rate of both fluids are constant. As we know that specific heat, it is a function of temperature. It is continuously changed. But for our simplicity, here we are considering the specific heat Cp and Cv. Specific heat at constant pressure and constant volume does not change, and the flow rate is also constant. There is no loss of heat to the surrounding due to the heat exchange being perfectly insulated. Here we are considering the heat exchanger is insulated, so there is no any exchange of heat between the system and surrounding. Means heat exchanger will not reject the heat to the surrounding. Okay, because it is perfectly insulated. Here we are considering. The fifth assumption, there is no change of phase either of the fluid during the heat transfer. Sixth one is, the changes in potential and kinetic energy are negligible, and the seventh assumption is axial conduction along the tubes of the heat exchanger is neglected or negligible. Now here you can see that, okay, the hot fluid and the cold fluid, okay, the direction of the hot fluid and cold fluid are same. Okay, it is also represented through flow diagram. Here you can see that this is the direction of cold fluid and this is the direction of hot fluid. Okay, the direction of the both the fluid is remain same. Okay, whenever they are exchanging the heat between the hot and cold, it is called parallel flow heat exchanger. Okay, so here we are considering TH1 and TH2. It is the temperature of hot fluid at inlet, and TH2 means this is the temperature of hot fluid at outlet. For cold fluid same we are considering TC1. T suffix C1 means temperature of cold fluid at inlet, and TC2 means temperature of cold fluid at outlet. And here we are considering theta1. Theta1 means it is the difference of temperature of inlet of hot fluid minus temperature of cold fluid at inlet. Okay, it is called TH1 minus TC1. Same as at outlet side we are considering theta2 equal to, it is the temperature at exit side, TH2 minus TC2. At intermediate portion, here we are considering one strip. Okay, its area is dA. Okay, and the intermediate temperature is for the hot fluid is TH and the for cold fluid is TC, and the temperature difference at intermediate is theta. Okay, and this is the temperature difference for hot fluid and cold fluid, and here the heat exchange will be take place. It is denoted by dQ. Now we know that the equation of heat transfer for overall heat transfer coefficient, whenever we are considering the problem of conduction and convection, okay, so dQ equal to heat transfer equal to U into dA into TH minus TC. Okay, U means overall heat transfer coefficient, okay, and dA means here we are considering the cross section area for at intermediate section, and Th minus Tc, it is the temperature difference at this portion. Okay, so equal to dq equal to u into dA into delta T. As we know that whenever there is an exchange of heat between the cold fluid and hot fluid, so here you can see that in the direction of heat transfer, here you can see that in the direction of the length of the heat exchanger, here you can see that the cold fluid will receive the heat and the hot fluid will reject the heat. Okay, so for hot fluid we are considering negative sign because this hot fluid will reject the heat. Okay, so this negative sign will represent the heat loss in the direction of heat flow. Okay, m dot h means mass flow rate for hot fluid, c suffix ph means specific heat of hot fluid, and dTh means temperature difference for hot fluid. Same as for cold fluid, here the cold fluid will receive the heat, so here we are considering positive sign, and m dot c means the mass flow rate for cold fluid. This is the specific heat of cold fluid and this is the temperature difference for cold fluid. Okay, so throughout the derivation we are using these three equations of the heat transfer. The first one is for all heat transfer coefficient, the second one is for hot fluid, and the third one is for cold fluid. For hot fluid we are considering negative sign because hot fluid will reject the heat and the cold fluid will receive the heat, or we can say in the direction of the length of the heat exchanger. Okay, in this direction here you can see that the cold fluid temperature will increase and the hot fluid temperature will be decreases. We have already derived this equation in previous slide. Now we make the object dTh. Okay, from this equation, so dTh equal to delta Q, or we can say dQ divided by m dot h into Cph, specific heat for hot fluid. Okay, same for cold fluid. Here we make the object dTc equal to dQ divided by m dot c into specific heat for cold fluid. But we know that m dot h and m dot c are the mass flow rate of fluids, and c suffix ph and c suffix pc means specific heat for hot fluid and specific heat for cold fluid are respectively for hot and cold fluid. Here we are considering the product of mass flow rate into specific heat, it is equal to heat capacity, or we can say water equivalent for hot fluid and cold fluid. So we put the value m dot h into Cph equal to Ch, m dot h into Cph equal to Ch. Same as for the cold fluid, m dot c into Cpc equal to Cc. Okay, specific heat multiplied by the product of mass flow rate for cold fluid equal to heat equivalent for cold fluid. We have already derived it, equation 1 and equation 2 in previous slide. Now we subtract equation 2 from equation 1. So dTh minus dTc, now put the value. Okay, so here you can see that in equation 1 and equation 2 the common term is dQ. Okay, so it is keep it outside, and negative sign is also common. Okay, so minus minus plus, so 1 upon Ch plus 1 upon Cc. Further we simplified this equation. We know that d theta means it is the temperature difference of hot fluid and cold fluid. So dTh minus dTc equal to d theta equal to minus dQ in bracket 1 upon Ch plus 1 upon Cc, where 1 upon Ch means heat capacity for hot fluid and Cc means heat capacity for cold fluid. Okay, substituting the value of dQ from equation. Okay, in first slide we have already discussed. Okay, this is the fundamental equation of heat transfer. dQ equal to mCp delta T. This is for hot fluid. This hot fluid will reject the heat, so negative sign. This is for cold fluid, and this is for overall heat transfer coefficient. Okay, dQ equal to U dA into Th minus Tc. Okay, so put the value of dQ equal to U into dA into Th minus Tc in this equation. Okay, so d theta equal to, put the value of dQ equal to U into dA Th minus Tc, and this term is remain as it is, 1 upon Ch plus 1 upon Cc. So d theta equal to, as we know that th minus tc equal to theta. Okay, in first diagram, okay, I have already discussed. Okay, at intermediate section we are considering a temperature difference is theta, and th means it is the temperature of hot fluid and this is the temperature of cold fluid. The difference is called theta. Okay, so put the value th minus tc equal to theta. Okay, now we integrate the equation. Okay, we have already derived it in previous slide. Okay, here you can see that, okay, a equal to 0, here the area is 0, okay, and here area equal to a for the heat exchanger. Okay, here area is 0 at origin and a equal to a at point 2. Okay, so here we are taking the limit at 1, at section 1 a equal to 0 and section 2 a equal to a. So taking the integration limit, integrating between inlet and outlet condition a equal to 0 to a equal to a, we get, so the limit is section 1 to 2 d theta by theta equal to, okay, for the area at section 1 area equal to 0 and section 2 a equal to a. So this term is keep at outside because it is a constant term. Here the variable is dA. Okay, and considering the limit a equal to 0 at section 1 and a equal to at section 2. As we know that the integration of 1 upon x is log x. Okay, so the integration of 1 upon theta is log theta. Then after we can apply the upper limit and lower limit. So log theta 2 minus log theta 1, and as we know that the subtraction of log, okay, it is also in the numerator and denominator form, in the ratio form, we can write down ln theta 2 by theta 1. Okay, how can we derive it? Here you can see that the integration of 1 upon theta, it is log theta. Then after we apply the upper limit log theta 2, then after we apply the lower limit minus log theta 1. Okay, so log theta 2 minus log theta 1 we can also write down ln theta 2 by theta 1 as per the logarithmic rules. And we know that the integration of dA is a, and then after we apply the upper limit and lower limit, so it is equal to a, and this is the constant term. Now the total heat transfer rate between the two fluids is given by, we have already derived it in previous slide, Q equal to CH in bracket TH1 minus TH2 equal to CC in bracket TC2 minus TC1. So find out the value of 1 upon CH and 1 upon CC from this equation and put this value in this equation 3. Okay, so make the object, this is a cross multiplication with Q. So 1 upon CH equal to TH1 minus TH2, this Q is in denominator. Okay, then after Q is compared with this term. Okay, so make the object 1 upon Cc and Q is in denominator with this term whenever it is cross multiplied. So Tc2 minus Tc1 divided by Q. Okay, substituting the value of 1 upon Ch and 1 upon Cc in equation 3. Okay, now we put the value. Okay, so ln theta 2 by theta 1 equal to minus UA. Now we put the value of 1 upon Ch and 1 upon Cc in equation 3. So here you can see that 1 upon Ch equal to Th1 minus Th2 divided by Q. Put this term instead of 1 upon Ch and put this value instead of 1 upon Cc. Okay, further we simplified this equation. So ln theta 2 by theta 1 equal to, here minus term, here we are considering minus 1, this minus 1 is multiplied with this term in bracket. Okay, so this Th1 it will become negative, this will become positive, this will become negative, and this will become positive. Okay, because we multiplied with minus 1 with this bracket term. Okay, and the Q term is common in denominator. Here you can see that the Q is in common term. Okay, so keep it outside. Okay, so UA upon Q equal to, here you can see that this is minus, so it is multiplied with minus, and minus minus plus, so TH2 minus up, this is plus term and it is multiplied with this minus 1, so it is TC2. So rearrange this equation in such a way that we can put the value theta 2 equal to th2 minus tc2. Okay, whenever we show the diagram, okay, so you can easily understand what is theta 1 and theta 2. So rearrange this term in such a way that we can easily put the value of theta 2 and theta 1 instead of this. Okay, so we know that th2 minus tc2 equal to theta 2 and th1 minus tc1 equal to theta 1. Okay, in previous slide we have already discussed. Okay, this is the temperature difference theta 1 at inlet side for the hot and cold fluid, and this is the temperature difference of both the fluid at exit side. Now we make the object q, and this term is in denominator. So q equal to ua theta 2 minus theta 1. Through the cross multiplication, this term is here and this term is in denominator. So ln theta 2 by theta 1. So q equal to ua theta 2 minus theta 1 divided by ln theta 2 by theta 1. The above equation may be also written as q equal to ua theta m, where theta m equal to theta 2 minus theta 1 divided by ln log theta 2 by theta 1, where theta 1 and theta 2 it is the temperature difference at inlet side and exit side of the heat exchanger. Okay, and theta is called logarithmic mean temperature difference, or we can say LMTD.